Aye.
Mr. Chairman, that motion's approved.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Lloyd, Director of Safety and Security, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. As you guys can feel, we're in winter now. So I just wanted to discuss a little bit about preparation. So in this area, we know it can be quirky with weather, but prepare yourself for the risk of bad weather coming upon us with snow and things like that. Don't think about the last couple of years, think about the worst time of winter that you remember. And I can remember Snowmageddon from 09 going into 10. So think of it like that's happening every year. So don't just say, oh, last year was warm or whatever. We don't know. So just make sure you prepare yourself for the loss of utilities. Make sure you keep your home together with like your pipes. Sometimes they freeze and then can bust. So make sure you prepare your house. Pay attention to reports. So sign up if you didn't already. I'm pretty sure everybody here has Everbridge. So make sure you keep it notice on that. Get any supplies. One of the supplies that people forget about is medication. Because that actually happened to my dad way back when we had a weather alert that was Snowmageddon and we weren't prepared for that. So make sure that you have to take medication or have family members that need special needs, that you have that taken care of. And also one of the other important things is the emergency kit for your car. I learned that in Snowmageddon. Was stuck in Arlington for what we left at 4 and I didn't get home till about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Freezing, hungry, didn't have water. So make sure you have all those supplies, non-perishable foods, jumper cables, things of that nature. The last thing I want to say is that be mindful of your neighbors. A lot of us have elderly neighbors that can't do things, so just be helpful and help them out. But thank you all.
All right. Hey, thank you, Mr. Lloyd. I'm just gonna say this one thing. When you turn your heaters on, for me, it always smells like someone's hair is burned.
Yeah, yes.
So, be expecting that. We turned ours on last night. It was 25, and of course, and so you can smell that smell. So that's a normal thing. Okay.
We'll be up here.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind.
Need to get filters. Clean your bins.
All right. So let us scratch for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. Gigo, call the roll, please.
Victor Angry,
Here.
Andrea Bailey, Kenny Bodie, Margaret Franklin, Janine Lawson, Bob Weir,
Here.
Karen Mills, Kim Short,
Here.
Yesley Vega, Ann Wheeler, Tanisha Allen,
Here.
Monica Gary, Meg Bunky, Pamela Young, Pamela Sabeski, Ralph Smith,
Here.
Jeanette Rischel,
Here.
Alana Mensing, Daryl Moore, Matthew Kelly, Jason Graham, Deborah Frazier,
Here.
Lori Hayes, Tim McLaughlin, David Ross, Jennifer DeBrule, Todd Horsley, Grant Sparks,
Here.
Elizabeth Guzman, and George Barker.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, we do have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Can I get a motion for approval of the agenda?
So second.
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner Short, second, Commissioner Rischel.
Either way,
Okay.
it's fine.
All right, does anybody have any changes? No changes? Okay.
Victor Angry.
Aye.
Bob Weir.
All right.
Karen Mills. Kim Short.
Yes.
Tanisha Allen.
Aye.
Monica Gary.
Aye.
Ralph Smith.
Yes.
Jeanette Rischel.
Yes.
Deborah Frazier.
Aye.
Grant Sparks.
Aye.
George Barker.
Aye.
Motion approved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, ma'am. And now approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Okay, we got
Second.
Commissioner Allen, second, Commissioner Frazier.
Victor Angry.
Aye.
Bob Weir.
Aye.
Karen Mills. Kim Short.
Aye.
Tanisha Allen.
Aye.
Monica Gary.
Aye.
Ralph Smith.
Yes.
Jeanette Rischel.
Yes.
Deborah Frazier.
Aye.
Grant Sparks.
Aye.
George Barker.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, that motion's approved.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, on to Mr. Doc, very, sir. Ms.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see everybody else as well. I'll just be very abbreviated and very concise here. You do have a report in your package, agenda, meeting minutes and stuff from the previous VRE Operations Board meeting. Just call out a couple of things real quick. Just for the month of October, and I've talked in previous months about system performance and stuff. So our system performance did improve for the month of October, back in the unaudited, back in the mid 80%. So definitely an improvement from the upper 70s that we were seeing the last couple of months. And then just overall ridership continues to tick up. Our average daily ridership, again, unaudited, was about 200 riders above the month of September at about 6,600. Also just want to bring to your attention, we do have, next month, we'll bring you our legislative agenda. So in your packet, we do have the draft legislative agenda. And of course, we've had very robust discussions at the operations board level that has effectively the outcome of that, if you will, is this draft budget or draft legislative item. If you've had a chance to look at it, if you have any questions or anything like that, of course, here, our director of government community relations. But if we need to have additional discussions, please reach out to us staff wise, and we can have discussions with you. But once again, we'll take it back to the operations board in November, and then back to you next month. So that is my report, Mr. Chair.
Outstanding. Thank you very much, sir. Any comments, questions, Mr. Dalton? Nice. Okay. Well, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I think we did that even with a little 10-minute late start. You know, we can get there. Okay.
Headed north. Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Everybody stay safe.
all right, yes. Hey, watch that traffic. It's a little mess out there. Don't know what that is. Do we have any public comments time?
No comments were submitted by the deadline, Mr. Chairman.
Sonny, we are rolling. Okay. On to consent agenda. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. There we go. I've got a motion. Can I get a second? Okay. Commissioner, yeah. So Commissioner Short is the second.
Second, Commissioner Short.
Okay.
Ready for the roll?
Yes, ma'am.
Victor Angry.
Aye.
Bob Weir.
All right.
Karen Mills. Kim Short. Tanisha Allen. Sorry, Monica Gary. Hi. Ralph Smith.
Yes.
Jeanette Richel. Yes. Deborah Frazier.
Aye.
Grant Sparks.
Aye.
George Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, that motion's approved.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so I will do a little talking, so you can all do a little eating. We start early, so that's good. Very busy season for everyone, elected officials, so hopefully we can at least be brief and get you to bed. Service and ridership update. Unofficial commuter ridership for October was just over 100,000. October's average daily ridership is estimated at about 5% over September, which is great news. We've had several very strong ridership days, particularly starting mid-month in October and carrying through for the month. It's unaudited because it ended about 36 hours ago. So we have that window of still trying to get all the information validated. Local bus service continues to do very well, had over 70,000 for the month, including 12,000 on weekends. So we are chasing in on 200,000 passengers per month. Very strong ridership. Average daily ridership has remained consistent on local routes and steady since August. Saturday ridership, Manassas continues to hover at about 40% of weekday. That is outstanding for a service that is roughly 8 weeks old. Continued reliability of service for all our services has helped us stabilize operations and help with increasing ridership. Keolis has the ops report, which I'll provide since I have the data and the chart. So shown on the Keolis performance chart, we've had minimal number of missed trips. One thing I want to point out is it says 747. We're validating the data. We're reporting the raw data because that's what the computer spit out. Again, we've only had 36 hours to pull the information and validate not only this year's data, which we know is accurate, but we have to go back and validate last year's data. So I'm just putting that caveat one way or the other. This year's data is accurate. As you can see, our number of missed trips for the total month of October is 13. We just have to go back in time and validate that information for last year. September is definitely accurate for last year. So that's fantastic news to have. Continuing on to the next slide. There was a bit of a slip in operational performance in miles between road calls, which is the very far right item, just below target. Again, there could be more data that comes in that moves that number above, but as of now, that is the most accurate for reporting of mileage. We have to probe buses, do maintenance records, It's a bit of a challenge to get high accuracy information turned around, but we always want to report the most current, even if it's unaudited data for our operational performance. And as you can see, vehicle availability, which is on the left side of the chart, is at target or above, which is excellent. And that helps, again, perpetuate that improved ridership. Good September and October, but I do want to remind everyone as we ready for the holidays, there is a natural ridership drop between November and January. We have the holidays, a lot of use it or lose it leave that occurs, weather-related events, and this doesn't account for what could be a government shutdown, which will be decided over the next 2 weeks. So we've kind of forgotten about that impending issue, but that stares us, 3 weeks of tomorrow, correct, right in the face. So we'll be wondering what happens from there. A reminder at your table, we have the information. It's a take it as you go transportation to the annual legislative forum on December 1st up at Van Meter Hall in Arlington. This is the George Mason School, and what we're going to be doing is taking it in revenue bus to get there. So if you're running late, we can't wait because the passengers on board who need to get to work will beat us to it. And so we'll have some great information for you, but it's just one of those things. If you can't be there, we'll catch it there. We'll have a fallback spot at Horner Road. But if you can't make those 2 spots, you'll just have to drive there and fend for yourself on front. We will provide transportation back. Yes, sir.
I was just there for a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and there was 120 some people there. The meeting started at 8 and went till 11, and then I had to race down to Richmond. But I spent about half an hour driving around and around because there's not parking.
No,
At the George Mason campus there, so you gotta find one, and I had a nice jog getting from my car to the campus there, so.
Yes, one of the pros and cons, if we have it in a very accessible spot.
Right.
But it's those who are transit reliant
Right.
have difficulty getting there. And so this is a way that supports both the cause, but also gives our commissioners the experience of riding with our commuters and seeing the very service we provide. So you'll be riding alongside of them along with staff. Also a reminder that our December 9th meeting will be a compressed meeting immediately followed by a budget workshop. And this is designed as we move forward into January, developing our final budget process and steps. We have some guidance and direction. But one of the goals was to find a facilitator for the session. So with the concurrence of the chair, I asked Senator Barker to serve as the discussion facilitator with the commissioners, and he humbly said yes. So the challenge is now upon the staff to actually provide the information so he can come in and be that leader. His experience, knowledge, and leadership is unquestioned, and we're blessed and humbled to have him come in and serve in this capacity. It'll be a fantastic meeting. Finally, for the industry article, there's a great parallel between this road mentioned in Richmond and Route 1. As if you read the article, it tells about this horrible mishmash of no curb cuts, horrible sidewalks, no street cover, etc. And I was not here before they ripped out vast swaths of Route 1, but it sounds like that's what it used to be. And this past week, we got the pleasure of attending a ribbon cutting for that newly created section of Route 1 with up to 12 transit shelters to be installed, brand new sidewalks, curb cuts, super easy access, great sight lines for operations. So we're very excited. And it really brings together why the importance of road and roadway infrastructure matters in the transit community. Transit loves great roads too. So those are the highlights I wanted to provide. Are there any questions that I can answer for the chair or the commission?
I don't have any. Does anybody? Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What about the new service that you implemented in Dumfries in Manassas? I think that they did small routes. Could you give us an update about that?
So the micro transit service?
Yes, so
Yes. Let me pull up our ridership
it's
dashboard.
curious to know. That's like a dream come true.
Let me pull up our ridership dashboard, bear with. The numbers, so our September performance data. Bear with.
So while he's looking for that, I would just like to say thank you, Commissioner Barker, for really accepting to be the moderator for this. I just know you have a wealth of knowledge. We were talking about it, who would be the best person to facilitate something of this a magnitude and your name was highly at the top of the list, because we really have some budget discussion things we need to talk about, how what OmniRide is gonna look like in the future and where that funding is coming from. But I think you would be the perfect person to lead that discussion.
That would help out.
Delegate Guzman, how is this, rather than let me hunt and peck for the sheet that I suddenly can't find, allow us to put together a brief summary and we'll just send it out to the full commission with the graphs and the charts and everything for that. Does that work?
Yes.
Is that acceptable to the commission?
And one follow-up, Mr. Chairman, there is no plan on reinstating the Mark Center,
No, not at this
no,
time.
right?
Okay, so we're good? Nothing? No, no other comments? Well, so we don't have any presentations and information. Tracking on, and we do have 3 action items, and I'll ask Bob, if you could just kind of
Yes, sir.
briefly go over the 3 of those, and maybe we'll go over the 3 first and see what you all think, and then we'll ask for motions.
So the first item is, as part of our goal to electrify our fleet, to add small and medium light duty vehicles for our new incoming paratransit and microtransit services planned as part of the Eastern restructure. The Eastern structure has already been approved. We've already identified the budget, so it's now just acquiring the vehicles. We were working with the RPT, who's helping us flex some dollars around to get these purchased. One of the things we're trying to avoid is the problems that many other systems have had of buying the larger unreliable fleets, which is a historic concern area. But this is a case where we have the infrastructure, it's readily available, and we're ready to proceed to purchase those. Otherwise, we just continue to buy the unleaded vehicles. With that. Second item is to implement the new commuter express routes to support the I-95 lane extension. As described previously, we're starting new services in Spotsylvania and Stafford County. It's 3 new routes to support the FredEx expansion. These are DRPT funded routes 100%. So we'll be working with them on that program. We have already held all the public hearings, have had good feedback from customers, made some minor adjustments to reflect that. And the final item is additional contract with Absolute Perfection for bus wrap production and installation for our commuter bus services. We still have some stragglers of the teal. And so to finish up that brand identity, some of them are due for graphics updates anyway. So now is the time to do that. We did a drip campaign when we started 4 years ago, but we've now reached the point where we have to either reskin them with current graphics or repaint, or just use the wrap material, which is a more cost effective.
And so before we get into like discussion, I'd like to know, can we wrap these 3 as one motion? Okay, so if I can get a motion for these 3 action items. Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Allen, second by Commissioner Barker, and this just quick discussion just for me. We'll go in discussion now. I just got a couple of curious questions. With the electric vehicles, and I know we're gonna have these, we've identified charging stations, like the whole charging locations of these things. Will those, because we don't have any at either of our facilities right now.
Correct.
And so when we do this, will those charging locations be, are they behind locked fences?
Yes.
Oh, they are, so then it's only, okay, it's not gonna be public use.
Correct. Our initial phase is just to make sure we can support the fleet that we're acquiring. And so if you've plugged in front of the McCourt building, et cetera, that's exactly the type of charger. A little bit more robust for the larger vehicles, but that is in essence, if you plugged in or plugged in, that is that. We are secondarily looking at employee charging stations,
Yes.
and then possibly across the street having a charging station.
And that was my kind of question, because I know charging stations are generally public use as well, but these will be behind the locked fence, so they can't generally use these in
Correct,
for the
for
vehicles
this initial phase.
that we have, yeah. And then the second piece on that wrap, because the wraps are really just putting back the OmniRide logo, like we're not doing any of that personalized wrap things, like trying
No,
to get
this
to
is
a
where-
business market.
No, this is where you see
Yeah.
the teal stripe on the bus that
Yeah.
still says PRTC. That's due for upgrade or replacement at this point in the cycle. So what we do is we then remove that graphic and reapply it with the new branding color, but it requires a contract because the spend is over $100,000
Yeah.
for the duration. So it's just what's.
And then,
required.
so how many buses do we have left that aren't under the current logo? Like
28.
28, and so will all 28 of those be getting a new wrap?
Yes.
Okay, so
And
then
anything
everything
else that's lingering is due for retirement. So there's a group that we're not doing at all because they're, as these new buses come in, those are gone,
Yeah.
but there's 28 left that are active.
There's the man, he knows all
You
of
know,
us.
you know,
Fair, thank you, because you are the best guy. Okay, that was it for me. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay, so hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Victor Angry,
Aye.
Margaret Franklin,
Pass.
Bob Weir,
Stay.
Karen Mills,
Yes.
Kim Short.
Yes.
Tanisha Allen,
Aye.
Monica Gary,
Aye.
Ralph Smith,
Yes.
Jeanette Richel,
Yes.
Deborah Frazier,
Yes.
Grant Sparks,
Aye.
Elizabeth Guzman,
Aye.
George Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, that motion's approved.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And on to commissioners, chairman's time. So we have one action item, that's to approve the 2024 Potomac and Rappahannock Transportation Commission legislative agenda. And I would, I hope that you all have taken a look at that. So can I get a motion?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner Gary, second Commissioner Rizzo. Any discussion? Hearing none. Let me see, wait, do I need this? Okay, this is out, okay, we'll go through this. Yes, call for the vote now.
Victor Angry.
Aye.
Margaret Franklin.
Aye.
Bob Weir,
Aye.
Karen Mills,
Aye.
Kim Short,
Yes.
Tanisha Allen,
Aye.
Monica Gary,
Aye.
Ralph Smith,
Yes.
Jeanette Richel,
Yes.
Deborah Frazier,
Aye.
Grant Sparks,
Abstain.
Elizabeth Guzman,
Aye.
George Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, that motion's approved.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Let's see, okay. At the December 7th meeting, we'll take care of business as quickly as possible and move into a budget workshop. So just, note for everyone. Well, guess what, folks? We're on the commissioner's time. We are here. I'm gonna start here, Mr. Guzman.
Good luck for those on the ballot.
It is that time.
I was at, last week, a ribbon cutting in Alexandria, for a brand new building that's been built, for Metro, focusing specifically on the Virginia side of, Metro. They split up to, and they have a building in Maryland now, a building in DC, and a building in Virginia. And it's near the Eisenhower station. And the building itself was just incredible. And once you went through the inside in there and saw what they were doing, they really have made a huge step forward in terms of being able to maintain operations and to and have everybody basically in the same building there. So it's the police, the Metro Police are there. They have they have electric service of every single station in the whole system is there. And they have leads on the buses as well. And they have it all coordinated, and it's just a real impressive thing. I think it'd be something that might be worth looking at some point and trying to figure out whether, it would help in terms of sort of combining the ridership from Omni Ride to from here up to some of the stations as they're available. So they still have a huge deficit for the next year or so, but
Yeah,
fares, they really not.
Nice building.
that is a discussion.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't have anything.
are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
Not till Tuesday.
Yeah. My apologies for being late. I actually had a River Oaks HOA meeting that I was invited to, so I was able to give an update there, and now I'm here. I was only 30 minutes late and the meeting's done, so.
That's
right. That's right.
Yes.
Wow, so it was really 20 minutes. That's longer than Bob's commute.
I think something like that.
That's all I got.
It's Thanksgiving time, we have Thanksgiving. So we won't see each other before.
Yes. So to your point, I want to apologize. I'm sorry. Yes, because I want to apologize for my talk. But I got to tell you, I don't know what that traffic was doing, but
There was an accident on Barksdale, so it flowed everything back in. Everything around us is bright red, dark red.
okay. Well, let me give you my feel good story. As I was coming in, there was an unreliable bus that escorted me here. Got the way on just on Dale Boulevard it took me 30 minutes on Dale Boulevard, but I had an omni-ride bus in front of me and I felt really good about that. You know, I felt privileged on that. I will say on a serious note to your point, Commissioner Barker, like we're gonna have to have a real discussion about funding of our omni-ride bus system here soon, and really what's going on with Metro. Like all focus is on Metro because they've got some big issues there. But what we can't allow to happen is to lose the bus system in that discussion. And it may turn out to be the roads and the concrete jungle and a great opportunity for us because this is a thriving system that can be better, but we're gonna have to figure that piece out and then look at what tomorrow looks like as far as whether government is working 5 days a week or 2 days a week or 3 days a week, but what does it look like locally for us? And so that's gonna be a real discussion that we have to have. So I'll end there and just pass it on.
I hope everyone has a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Mariah Carey season, everyone.
Happy holidays. Please take the weather thing seriously. I think this year is the year. So
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, so just take everything serious that you mentioned earlier and get ready.
Nothing of note, sir.
All right, got nothing. Yeah,
We have Commissioner Sparks
that's
on.
right. Commissioner Sparks, you're on the line. The eyes in the sky. Floor is yours.
Nothing from me, but I did want to thank everybody for allowing me to participate remotely. And my wife thanks everybody as well.
Outstanding. Well, you know, I know you gotta take care of those kids, and so we're wishing them a speedy recovery. All right, so they can get to do what kids do, which is tear up stuff. Okay, well, I think that's gonna do it for us. We're all good? Okay, well, I'm a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have motion to adjourn. We've got a second. And no need for a roll call. All right, and we're good. Meeting's adjourned. Look at that.
I don't know why. I go back to work.
Time.
Get out behind you.
And then.